Welcome back, everyone, to another patron hangout of the Angry Chicken and friends. Can we do that? Can we start calling it that, like a Pee-wee's Playhouse type thing? What do you guys think?
Tech and friends.
Sure. Make a lick a high, make a hiney ho.
Exactly. We'll have a word of the day. We'll have Cowboy Curtis stop by, who will then go on to guide Neo into the Matrix.
Yeah, and you take the red pill or the blue pill.
Exactly. Which I'm pretty sure Pee-wee took the blue pill.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
Pee-wee stayed plugged in for sure.
Yeah. So if you've never listened to one of these episodes before, folks, this is where our patrons call in. It's a 1-hour episode where we take live calls, do question and answer, hang out, have fun. And it's all because we hit our first goal on Patreon. So thanks to the patrons for our extra episode every month. So if you are listening live right now and you're a patron, you've got the Skype account, just start calling in. If someone's already in here talking to us, keep calling. We'll add you when we can. And we're already getting our first call, guys.
Hooray.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Caller, hello. What's your name?
Hey guys, it's Luke from Colorado. How's it going?
You're not Luke. You're an alpaca.
Yeah, sorry. I went to Peru once, and I thought that alpaca looked hilarious, and I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
It does look hilarious. Good job.
Alpaca's always funny, yes.
Yeah, well, hey, I wanted to keep the Heroes talk going.
Oh,
all right.
This whole Hearthstone thing.
Oh, yeah. Why talk about Hearthstone when we can talk about Heroes?
I just, there was no ITN last week. I figured now's a good time to call in and chit-chat.
There you go. This is a secondary ITN cast.
Let me see if I can just patch Kyle in, too, while we're at it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's around.
Anyway, I just wanted, I've got a buddy that we're trying to get into the game, and there's 3 of us that have kind of been playing for a while, and just want to see if you guys had any tips for kind of like training, but like trying to get him up to speed faster, and going down that path.
Getting good, huh? That's Garrett. You're on this one, man.
Yeah, this is all you, Gary.
Yeah, I feel like for Heroes, for me, anytime I get a new friend into that game, or back when I played, Dota, which I would never claim to be good at, I was just enough where I could maybe make it through a game without getting cussed at. But anytime a new friend gets in, I don't know. I try and talk to them almost as if it was D&D. Like, well, what do you want to be, man? Do you want to be an archer? Do you want to be melee up in people's stuff? Do you want to be stealth? Do you want to heal? Because if you want them to get good fast, it's going to be easier if they enjoy the role they're in.
Right. Right. So let them be what they want to be and coach them through that. Don't try to force them into a team comp or something.
Yeah, especially if you've been playing for a while and you can maybe fill in the gap instead of them. So they really, really want to play stealth assassin. It's like, okay, that's kind of specialized, but if that's what you want to do and that's what'll get you in the game, cool. I'll go support or I'll go warrior when we need it.
I think Heroes does a really good job of that too, because it's got the stepping stones that I think are nice. Like I tried to do this in Dota and it worked okay. They had you could play against the AI, and there was like the one lane or whatever map that you would play. But I think Heroes does a really good job where you just play co-ops with them and stuff, and you get that kind of feeling of the game itself. And you actually might be better coming from no background in this particular game, because I played with a few people who played a lot of League, and they can't get out of the League mindset of just laning and pushing by themselves. Which this game doesn't really to be good at this game. You need to be working together, right?
Yep.
Right. Yeah. You're not this powerhouse hero that can come in and take down 5 people.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of people who play those other games still have that mindset of we've got our carry and we've got our jungler and we've got our, it's like, no, we're all doing stuff together after the 5th or 6th level or whatever. So.
Yeah, teamwork's very important in Heroes.
Yeah. I'm glad that I had a little MOBA experience, like when you and Kyle Garrett, coached me through a little bit of Dota. But I'm glad I didn't get too deep, because I'm just not ruined for Heroes. Heroes is just a pure joy for me, because I don't have these bad memories of people cussing me out, for years. But you just gotta start playing the game, man. Start slow with the co-ops and stuff.
I know for me, being a new player, because I haven't played a whole ton of Heroes, it's actually really easy for me to pick up my character. What it's really, really hard for me to know and learn is when to move where. So when do we want to be in lane? When do we want to like do objectives and merc camps and all that kind of stuff? Like I have no sweet clue. Like I need to play with someone who can say like, okay, go here now, follow me, and then I can find like I can learn my character on my own. That's not a huge challenge, but I have no idea where I'm supposed to be when. So teaching like positioning and movement, I think, is probably going to be the most beneficial to a new player, at least in my experience.
Yeah, map awareness is a good thing to learn really early on.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. That sounds like great tips. And I didn't want to say I'm booked for Nerdtacular. I'm officially in. And
Nice.
I will be enjoying you guys at the main stage. I will be one of the allegedly 3 people that are going to be there recording last night's podcast.
If it's any more than 3, then I'm out.
I'm so happy.
Better get there early.
I'm so happy you listened to the after show from last night's episode. Thank you, Luke.
Yeah. You bet. I'm the guy that leaves the weird comments about Pippen and Jordan and all that stuff. So love those after shows.
Oh, that's great. Well, looking forward to meeting you there, Luke.
Yeah, looking forward to it too, guys. Thanks a lot.
No problem.
Thanks.
So, Jocelyn, when you played with us the other night, you were like, I got to practice to get my Lily going before we play. Was that the thing you were most concerned about? Is just where am I supposed to be?
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm supposed to go. Like, I will not solo queue because I don't know where I'm supposed to be when. Like, yeah, no, I need to play with at least one other person that can, like, coach me through where to move.
If you do play Lily, though, I would suggest just stick to somebody,
Well, yeah, in that case, it's a little bit easier where she is a healer. Then I'm just like, okay, I just need to find somebody that needs healing and then just stay with them.
Just make sure you're never alone. That's one thing I think in that game. If you're by yourself, you're probably in the wrong place. Unless you're, a hero or a player who knows what they're doing.
Yep.
And you know that you've got to go off and you've got this opportunity to do something by yourself. But most
and then
of the
what
time,
if I follow the wrong person and then like 2 of us are totally not helping?
But at least you're together, and if somebody jumps on you, you're not, out by yourself. Because, that's when people die, is they just run off by themselves, and then, 3 people dive bomb them from above, and they don't know that they're there, and, and then
Fair
you're
enough.
the idiot who ran off by themselves and started to push bottom lane and died.
Indeed. We've got another caller. Sean, hey, welcome to the show. Again.
Hey, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt you guys. I actually like the conversation going on.
What's up, man?
Yeah, as he said, I'm Sean. I'm otherwise known as Cyrenex, pretty much everywhere online. I think if you actually Google Cyrenex, you'll still get me, which is kind of weird.
No, it just means you've got that brand awareness, man.
Yeah, apparently.
Now you just need to make a brand.
Well, first of all, I just wanted to. I asked in the chat room if it was kosher for me to. I actually started a podcast this past week, and I was wondering if it was kosher for me to plug it on here.
Absolutely.
Sure.
What is it?
Cool. It's called the Part-Time Gamers, a gaming podcast for people with full-time lives. It's a general gaming podcast covering games. It can be played to satisfaction in about 2 to 3 hours. So some more short format games, stuff like that.
That's awesome.
And actually, we're going to be covering Hearthstone this week, so that should be interesting.
Yeah, you only need
Nice.
2 or 3 hours with Hearthstone. I mean,
Well, what I mean to satisfaction is that you can feel like you've accomplished something in
Sure.
a relatively small amount of time.
Yeah, I
Sure.
mean,
So
you got
I
through
totally
the
agree.
tutorial. You
Mhm.
leveled a class, maybe not the 10. Could you do a class of 10? Yeah, you could do a class of 10 in a few hours. Not every class,
Absolutely
definitely,
you
but
could.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. It doesn't take long at the early levels. You get to 10 pretty quick.
yeah.
Especially if you're playing against other people.
Yeah.
That sounds
And
cool, man.
okay,
Where can we find it?
now it's on iTunes already.
Okay.
We have the first episode up. It covers the board game Pandemic, and just kind of be kind with it. It's my first podcast ever, so
Everybody
yeah,
starts
just-
somewhere.
yeah.
Last time you
And-
called in, didn't you call in and ask for podcasting advice?
Yes, I did. That was about
Okay.
2 months ago. Oh,
Mine
well,
like a
a
steel
lot.
trap.
Awesome. But yeah, a lot of things have been going on since then. But
Well, that's cool.
Actually-
Everybody go check it out.
yeah, it'd be really helpful. Get some opinion. I have a Gmail account set up for it already. Email accounts on the podcast already. So yeah, still working on the
Perfect.
website though. But for what I actually wanted to talk about, the topic of discussion for this one, something that keeps on coming up is what we think Blizzard's going to do once there's a large amount of cards. And I think that's a pretty common discussion. I think I might have a theory. on what could be a possibility that would help new players but not alienate veterans. And that is to not phase out individual cards, but to actually phase out packs and make those cards basically basic cards. So say, for example, they get into like 2 expansions down the road. Instead of adding a 4th pack, they phase out the basic pack or the classic packs and turn those all into basic cards.
So everybody gets them?
Yes.
And
So
then how would you earn them? Like just leveling up?
no, like anything that would be considered a classic card now would just become a basic card.
Would just be
everyone
part
has,
of the... Okay.
yeah, just be
I
part of
dig
the
it.
basic set. And at first, I think that a lot of people who are especially veterans would think maybe that would be a bad idea because I spent all this time earning these cards and everything. But at that point, it's literally going to be almost 2 years since those cards have been available. And if you haven't gotten nearly all the cards, or at least all the cards you need and or want by that point, I think it's your own fault.
It's a very similar concept to the boost to 90, and I think that went over fairly well in
Yeah.
Warcraft. The idea where there's some players who spent, years grinding out, whatever levels, gear, all that kind of stuff. But then they came in and said, well, here you can buy a boost, or you can, whatever, buy the expansion and get the boost. And it doesn't take you right up to the very end of the content, but it gets you into a good place where you can play with your friends and compete.
Yeah.
I mean, I see it being a cool idea. I don't see Blizzard ever doing it because
Really?
yeah, because like the people who spent, the thing is, it's time spent is one thing, but money being spent is another thing. And when you spend a bunch of money on packs, it's a little bit different of a thing to go back and be like, oh yeah, and then you guys all get them for free. So like, I think players would want to get reimbursed in some way if all of a sudden those cards became free.
Well,
You know.
would you really feel that way almost 2 years after the cards are available?
I mean, maybe I don't, but a lot of people will. Like, I mean, I'd be
That's
fine
pretty
with it.
much
I'm
the
okay.
argument.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay
Yeah.
with this kind of stuff in World of Warcraft where things get easier and mounts are easier to get and all. I just know it's part of the deal. But people get pissed and gamers get pissed about this kind of stuff. So I'm hesitant to say that I think that would be a model Blizzard would go for. I could definitely see discounted prices on original packs or something like that, because those cards are obviously older. But unless they're phased out of like a standard format, then I don't see them being given away.
It would get kind of hairy too if you even discounted it, because then do the cards that are discounted still give the same amount of dust? Because if you just want to craft something, then you would just always buy the
buy the
discounted
discounted
cards
Buy the
Cards,
cheap
yeah,
ones, yeah.
and shred them.
They would have to do something like they're soulbound or something at that point, and they can't be dusted or something along those lines. I mean, if the basic cards can't be dusted, so if you were
Right.
turning these cards into basic cards, they would no longer be dustable.
Testable.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah,
But it's a cool idea, and there's definitely gonna have to address this at some point. I'm just not sure exactly how they're gonna go about that. I don't know if that's the way, but because if you phase out old Magic cards, right, and then it's like, okay, well now we just give away all the old Magic cards. I mean, it's not it's not quite the same thing because they're physical cards, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And there's an after, like there's a private seller's market in Magic, and it just straight up doesn't exist here because there is no trading. It's an interesting conversation to have, because it's the one time where we really can't just look at Magic, because we're just like, well, it's not the same ecosystem at all, because there's
Well, yeah, because in Magic, I think the primary reason why they phase out cards is not because of controlling the tournament scene or anything like that, but because of printing costs.
Yeah, they have to continue to make money year after year, and they have to, Blizzard doesn't have the same problem as far as this goes. I mean, the cards are just digital; they just don't exist. So yeah,
Right.
I'm not exactly sure how they go about that, but I mean, I think there's merits to your idea, and I think it's one possible avenue. I don't know exactly.
Just looking at I don't think would be. I personally think it wouldn't be unreasonable, and it wouldn't be out of character for Blizzard either, because they've been doing that for years in World of Warcraft. They've been doing that lately with Diablo 3, with the making previous seasons gear just on the normal loot table.
Yeah.
So kind of following that pattern, I think that would probably be the thing that makes the most sense. And there's still going to be like at any given time still 3 packs in the shop.
Sure, yeah. I mean, if they continue to go this route of the GVG expansion, the brand new set of packs, the one thing they could do too is that if they did kind of go this route, what they could do maybe is say, if you need cards from the old set, and however many cards you're missing, you could just pay some fee to just complete your collection, like some whatever the price that would make sense to them at the time. So rather than just like hear them all for free. They're super discounted, but we don't open a bunch of packs. We just fill in the cards you don't have. That could be another option to do something like this. Now, I think that's a little bit closer to what Blizzard has been doing. Like Boost to 90 is here, pay us this money,
True.
and then boom, free 90.
Well,
so
not
it's like
free.
if you want to catch up, pay us this money, and you get the old set, like the entire set. And then
I could see that too. I could see that too. As long as it's like as long as it would be like a reasonable price and it's a one-time thing, I could see that happening as well.
It's kind of like buying the adventure, right? You're essentially like when I buy the adventure, I bought the adventure, but I'm also just buying 30 cards, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
But like, I could even see it as like when the pack becomes obsolete, instead of having the pack, they just have an option. They're just like, okay, just buy the set.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I could
Which
see
you
that.
kind of do in Magic, right, Garrett? Like when you buy. You can buy full sets of Magic, right? You could just go to their store and just say, like, I want. They're
No,
expensive
not
as hell.
from them. You buy it from like Star City Games.
Oh, okay.
and
Somebody who
it's-
puts them together.
Yeah, it's got a markup. There's like Wizards does not set the cost of a single card. The kind of community and the demand for it kind of sets the price.
Okay, I've seen like you can buy this full set or whatever.
There's something where, and I'm out of my realm here, so I apologize if I'm misspeaking. But there's something where if you collect like an entire set online, I believe you can trade that.
If you do it
in.
online, you can send them like $30 or something, and then they turn them into real cards.
Yeah, but you have to complete an entire set.
Yeah. But they have like the box, and it'll say like Magic 2015 or whatever. But I think that's just a bunch of packs.
Those are just
right?
boosters, man.
Yeah.
Which I've done once. I bought a box of Theros and opened every single pack, and it made me so happy.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing with Magic is just buying like a box for each thing, just one box. It's because it's so fun to open packs. And
Damn right it
that
is.
much money. It's like $100 or something.
Even in Hearthstone right now, I don't even like buying packs because I'm still a pretty part-time gamer in this. That's why I've started the podcast. But and even I have pretty much all the cards I want and or need, and I've gotten continually like full packs. All 5 cards are dust.
Yeah.
That's
pretty much
very
how it works for me.
discouraging.
It
I keep
is
buying packs
It is.
because it's just so fun, and then I'm just like, I don't really need any cards, so I'm just opening packs for the animations and the fun of opening packs. So-
Basically, I'm
Every
I'm
now and then
buying
you get a
packs
golden
for
card,
dust.
and you're like,
That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I feel like
did a
4,000
Peak run
dust.
recently.
I'm still missing a good amount of cards. I mean, I bought plenty of packs, but not enough to get every card in the game. So I'm definitely at that point, Sean, where I'm constantly shredding everything I just opened.
Yeah. It's a little discouraging, but it's part of the beast.
yeah.
That
if
it
you
is.
could buy individual cards, that would be. I mean, what do you think, Gary? You think that would be a good way to go? Would you do that right now?
Oh,
Just buy
absolutely.
all the
But
missing ones. Yeah.
absolutely. But I cannot see them doing that.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, with the crafting system, I doubt they would sell them for money.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'd do it tomorrow, but they'd make so
Well,
much
the
less
2
money.
years
Right
down the
after the
road. Like the 2 years down the road scenario where there's already been like 3 or 4 more expansions and
Yeah, where it was say all the vanilla cards. Now you can go in and buy specific cards. I could see that. You wouldn't. They'd have to do a thing where you can't dust them, but it'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
that wouldn't be bad, actually.
yeah, just make them be soul bound, and then you could say like, I just need to finish my set. I'm missing 12 cards. It's like, 4 of them are legendary, 3 of them or whatever, and it's like, okay, that costs this much.
And they'd still have. They'd have to. I think they'd have to make it where you couldn't buy golds. You'd still either have to craft them or
Yeah.
find them randomly.
Yeah, buying gold cards and stuff. I think
Because then imagine if you could buy a golden legendary and you could still dust it. All of a sudden we have a immediate. This is how much $1,600 or 1,600 dust is worth.
Yeah,
$1,600. That's your pricing on a gold legendary.
No.
it's worth $1,600. And dust.
$1 per dust. Getting
I
out.
think that's the breakdown. Yeah. It's an interesting concept. I mean, they're not close to this yet, but
This is going to be
we're gonna get there.
probably a couple of years down the road still.
Yeah.
But
I
just
love
wanted
the
to
fact that
bring it
everyone
up.
assumes that Hearthstone's going to be around forever, though. You know, like
true.
that feeling that, like, oh yeah, this game is not going anywhere.
Did you see ESPN2 last night? Or the other night?
Maybe Sunday night?
The Heroes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
Esports is a thing.
we talked a little bit about it on last night's Angry Chicken, and we're going to talk a lot about it on this week's Into the Nexus.
I also
I'm really looking forward to
saw
that.
what's his face talk about how if he's forced to cover esports,
Oh,
he's gonna quit.
Yeah.
stupid asshole ignorant
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I had to
That
tweet
needs to be
at
on a
that
name
guy
tag.
because I was like, this is ridiculous. Like, first of all, you sound like a crotchety old man, and I know plenty of old men who are not against this. So you just have the crotchety thing going.
Colin Cowherd.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And second of all, no one's ever gonna ask you to cover esports because you
Yeah.
know
No
zero
one
about
wants
it.
you to. I think he's just angry that we give way more of a shit what Day 9 has to say than he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you went to like the go back to your basement and tell
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
mom to
Yeah.
make you hot pockets. He like went all the way with
Yeah.
the stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it was I'm so like rage. The rage is so
Feel the
deep.
Garrett rage.
This guy is an asshole. He is an ignorant piece of shit, and he doesn't deserve to have his job.
Yeah.
What
They
Garrett
should
said.
actually just
I concur.
They should go make him cover just so he does quit. Like put your money where your mouth is. Let's see.
He didn't even call it the right game. He thought it was League of Legends.
Oh yeah, he said League of Legends.
It's like, well, if you had done any research, you would see that you should sell out and shut the F up because you'd make a lot of money covering this.
You know, it almost felt to me though like he called it League of Legends on purpose and knew it wasn't League of Legends, but it's that thing where I'm gonna pretend that I'm so ignorant of this. You're like, oh yeah, and your little Mario Kart or whatever. It's like you know it's not that,
Yes.
you know?
And
Shots
again,
for
I come back to
everyone.
this isn't even news, you jackass. Dota was on there last year.
Yeah.
You're a
that's
year
true.
late to your ignorant argument.
Yeah.
What a
He's
All right,
actually
well, that's
so
all I got. So
all
I'll
right,
let
thanks
you
for
guys
the
go.
Cool.
thanks for the discussion. man.
thanks for the
Sorry, we
rage
derailed.
induction there, Sean.
It's all right. Have a good
One
day,
more
guys.
time, Sean. What is the name of your show so everyone can go
Oh,
find
it's
it?
Part-Time Gamers.
Okay, cool. Everyone go check out Part-Time Gamers. I know I'm gonna. Have a good one, Sean. Thanks for calling in.
All right. Take care, guys.
Move him from the group, and let's add D-Day, who hopefully won't add to the rage pile.
Oh, I'm sure he's calling into rage. That's all D-Day does.
Don't even get me started on that. I was so angry at that guy. I was like reading on the bus. I was like, who is this guy and who does he think he is?
He's a radio guy. I don't know.
But like Garrett said, he's a cow turd.
Polygon Polygon has a really good article up about it, and they make a really good point. It's just like they bring up all of the other weird non-sports that are on ESPN2, and they're just like, listen, we're not us gamers who enjoy esports. We're not complaining at the top of our lungs about darts being on ESPN2. So why can't you just not watch it and shut up?
Or poker.
But we can all agree that darts is a serious sport, right? I mean,
serious.
If you watch it, they actually, the guys who are competing, this is like the world champ, they're drinking beers, literally while they're like, they go off, their turn is done, they go chug a pint, man. Like it's the best thing ever.
It's fun times. I was gonna say something else. Oh, Dragon Ball. How excited are
Please
you?
tell me you just called in to talk about Dragon Ball.
Kinda.
Oh yes.
What's
Yes.
going on with Dragon Ball? I'll
Is
admit
this
that
like
I don't know.
Dragon Ball Z stuff?
Yes,
Like,
they-
way back
they-
in the
they
day?
announced-
It's like a
Okay.
fighting game, right?
They announced today that they are coming out with a new series, a new animated series of Dragon Ball. You don't understand because I know you guys don't watch anime, Jocelyn and Dills, but like
No.
for those of us who grew up on Toonami, this is like Christmas times 10.
Yeah,
I was just at this Kraken Con thing, and it was all anime everywhere, and I felt very out of place. I was like, I know nothing about it. And there's a lot of Dragon Ball characters.
I can sympathize with that because I watch a few animes, not a lot, and I go to cons and I'm just like, I don't know what this anime is.
Yeah,
But
they're
you
so
are
obscure,
really
and
into
everybody knows. Everyone's like, "Oh, I can take a picture with that." And I was like, "What?
I don't
who is
know.
this guy?
I don't know who it. Like the first time I ever went to a con, it was like Naruto. Everyone, I was just like, well, I know what this is, but I don't like it. But yeah, now it's like I go all the time and I see so much crap. I'm just like, I don't know what this is, but people are losing their minds over it.
Well, we're
kind of like esports, but you don't see me getting on here saying I'm gonna shoot myself if I have to talk about this anime I don't watch.
Yeah. Yeah.
The on a side note, when I was at the Heroes event this weekend, like the Hearthstone setup that they had there was amazing.
Yeah,
Like,
you were
it wasn't
sending
that
me.
big, but
Okay, yeah.
Still, they had a Hearthstone setup. That's amazing.
Yeah, folks, if you missed it at Heroes of the Dorm at the finals over the weekend, they had an entire balcony section turned into the Hearthstone Tavern, and it was for a fireside gathering. Anyone could just go up, hang out, play Hearthstone. And D-Day was sending me pictures just like, hey, Garrett, guess where I am and where you're not. I'm in Hearthstone La La Land with amazing pro heroes going on in the corner, and you're stuck in Florida sweating yourself to death.
So tell us about the whole experience of being there, D-Day. Like, was it everybody accessible? Were you able to just kind of walk up and say hi to Day 9 and like just how did it feel? I don't know. Did it feel like just a big sporting event?
Yeah, kind of. Like, I'm one of those people, like, I don't like to bother, especially people like Day 9, because he just gets swarmed the second he gets off stage. Like, he intentionally, like, left late to avoid all the people because he's just exhausted.
I bet, yeah.
What else?
But like, compared to like BlizzCon, okay, so it felt like BlizzCon? Because, yeah, that
felt like BlizzCon, but for, like, a one-day event for specifically heroes.
Yeah.
So, but it was a lot of fun. They need to have more stuff like that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of cool because, like, you don't get to see everyone during all times of the year. So, like, you go there, you see all your friends that you're used to seeing, like, at BlizzCon every year, and then you go home. But then you get to see them 6 months later at BlizzCon, and you're like, oh, hey, I just saw you.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, that's why I started going to Neartacular. That's what I like about that. It's very similar. It's like, all right, July, see all my friends, and in November, see all my friends.
But
Yeah,
then they pushed it late this year. Such a long lull between BlizzCon
and I'm
Neartacular.
gonna make hopefully all of you jerks come down and see me for my wedding just before BlizzCon. So.
But see, that's just before BlizzCon. If you were really trying to think of your friends, you would have done it in like March.
Yes,
it would have been 3 months away.
I'm sorry
Exactly.
that
it
I
has
was
nothing to do
so.
with Garrett and his fiance.
No.
No. You gotta think of the people, man.
I'm so inconsiderate. I'm sorry, man.
This is not your day.
No,
sorry.
this is our day. Come on.
Well, I know it's not my day. It's Katie's.
No, it's your day too.
It's your day too, dude.
Yeah.
I've
You
been
nervous about having to do the first dance?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'm super excited to watch you do the first dance.
Are you guys just gonna do like a mosh pit or something?
Yeah, with any luck. We actually looked into getting like a punk band, and it's just too expensive. Like even like shitty punk bands are too expensive.
What is okay? There's got to be some punk bands that aren't doing much these days.
Bills is on the case.
Because we're both very, very into it. That's how we met. Like we both walked into graphic design class together in high school. We're both wearing Newfound Glory shirts. I'm like, hey, you like this band? I like this band. We should go out.
Smooth.
Like, what's Good Charlotte doing these days, right? You can grab those guys.
Aren't they
for like
married
20
to?
bucks and a sandwich.
Aren't they
They'll
both
probably come.
married to reality TV stars or something now?
I don't know.
I don't know. Last I heard, I think one of them was married to Paris Hilton, and the other one was, I don't know.
What? Married to
sad.
Paris Hilton?
I'm pretty sure that was the case at one
Seriously?
point.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought so.
Well, Paris Hilton, her
Or
marriage
the I don't. Jeez, I don't know, man.
no, she's not married.
Oh, okay, I don't know. I don't know.
Don't ruin Dills' dreams.
Whoever was.
She's my age, man. That's achievable right there. Make this happen.
Oh, Dills, you aged so much better.
So, just a heads up, Dills, you should probably practice some drafting before I get up there.
That's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hit some Friday Night Magic. We're gonna make it happen. I was playing when we were watching Heroes of the Dorm. I was playing with Mike the whole time we were watching, and there's a lot I need to learn about Magic, dude. There's so much, like the sequencing and everything is really complex. I think drafting is going to be tough just because I don't know how to evaluate the cards yet. You know, it's like I can play the game and see like what might be good and why it might be good, but when I look at the card, I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay.
You want to think of it like Arena, to be honest.
That's why
Arena's
that's why I love
the
Limited
best thing to
so
do.
much, and I love playing in the pre-releases because everyone's just as confused as I am.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because everyone there, like, they know Magic, but they don't know these specific cards
Yeah.
and how they interact.
The one thing I like about the Magic draft system over Arena is that you actually can see what the opponents have, or at least some part of the time, because you have someone like you pull a card from a pack and you're like, okay, all these cards are in here. This is probably gonna be taken next, and you like pass it over, and then you can judge what the other people are gonna be playing from what you're seeing in the deck and what's like you'll get like someone passing like a handful of black cards to you, and you're just like, well, no one's playing black.
Yeah.
Guess I don't have to worry about that. So.
I think the weird thing for me so far, because I've watched some stuff on it. The weird thing for me so far is how do you plan what color you're gonna go, and then like you get kind of stuck right down a path once you choose a way. Like
Cons is weird because you can go 3 colors, but like the first and second pack. But if you don't know what you're doing by the second pack, you're pretty much gonna just drop out.
Yeah, you're
just gonna lose.
You're in trouble.
But you got to try to like so your first few picks, you just want something really strong, right? Like take this like kind of the strongest thing, or
Let me put it to you this way: you open a legendary or a mythic in that case, you pick that.
you take it. Yeah, yeah. But like every card or every pack is gonna have at least one rare, right? Like what is it?
Yeah.
What's the rarest one? The golden one. There's
The
the mythic rares, and then there's just rares.
The rare,
right?
yeah.
Okay. So, but the rares are still like generally the best cards in Magic.
Not always.
If you look at like the top decks at any Pro Tour event, they're like almost all rares. Like the entire deck list is like almost all rares.
Not always, because if you like look, the way the draft system works is like you have like commons that are really good, and then you have uncommons that are like godly, and then you have these rares that are just like, what is this? This is crap.
I know there's some bad ones, but like I was trying to like make a deck or whatever. So I looked up some of the like recent stuff, and I was like, these are all really expensive good cards. So it's like this is crazy, and they all had the golden symbol. So,
Yeah. There's a limited set of those. Like the main thing, like a lot of times you'll see pros drafting like commons before anything else because they're just like, this card is super good for what I'm building.
Well,
So-
and especially if you've been watching it recently, what the hell is the card I'm thinking of? In Cons, Feat of Resistance. It's a freaking common. It's one of the best combat tricks in the game.
yeah. All right. Well, I'm definitely okay. I'm gonna have to do my research then because I do not know. I do not know how to do this. All right, Peter. I'm looking at this card. Oh, I
That
have
isn't
this
a
card.
Yeah,
that
of
is
course,
a-
it's a
that is
common.
really
You
good.
better have it.
Yeah.
It is
This
common.
card is
If
sick.
you cracked a whole box of Cons, I'm sure you have a ton of them laying around.
Yeah, no, because it's a common. Yeah, I have
Yeah.
a bunch of these.
Yeah, they're
This is good because just the protection. Like
Yep. If you play Abzan and you
get
have
protection.
any of those, it's just crazy town.
It's
Yeah.
like, joke's on you. Can't touch me.
Yep, yeah. Oh, and also I just activated my Abzan Falconer because it gave me a counter. Go to hell.
put that on the siege rhino. Just start bashing face.
Yes, you're damn right. Oh man, love it.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, man. When do you get in again? May 19th.
Let me look at the
like that?
calendar.
This is great live radio. Let's
Yeah,
D-Day look at this
plan
calendar.
our trips here.
Well, I'm leaving the 17th. I'm going to be in Anaheim with Viper on the 18th.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to drive up to SF on the 19th. Or I'll be up there the 19th.
Okay, nice. Did you find a place? Do you know where you're staying?
I just booked hostels. And
Okay.
I'm just going to play by wing it until...
Yeah,
I don't
hostels
care.
is the way to go. Have you guys ever stayed at a hostel? Jocelyn, Garrett, you ever do that?
We have those in the U.S. I thought that was a strictly European.
Yeah.
thing.
Oh, yeah, we definitely do. When I went to New York, I stayed at a hostel. We have a bunch in San Francisco, and it's like the funnest. Some parts suck. If you like hotels, it's not that. like you share a room sometimes. The bathroom is probably like a communal thing. But we got to this hostel in New York, and we went downstairs, and there was like 30 people from all over the world, all just like drinking a 12-pack.
Yeah, I feel like New York. That
out.
sounds really fun. I feel like other places maybe not so much.
Yeah.
Like, but
It's better than spending 150 a night. Well, in SF,
Yeah.
it's like 300 a night, but like...
I mean, because
I
you're just going to
literally-
be chilling anyway, right? You're not going to be like in your room and whatever. So. Whoa. I think
D-Day
D-Day's in a hostel right
I was
now.
just about to say. Apparently, he lives in one at the moment.
Nice, Todd. They heard that. They're like, whoa.
Your mic is obscenely sensitive.
I have the directional like facing towards me.
I
I
don't-
don't know what it is.
I don't know. I don't know, man.
That's
Unless,
fucking awesome.
oh, thanks. Thank you so much for that. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Thank your
It's
jerk off
probably
roommate
bouncing off the
for.
wall behind you.
for-
Probably.
Microphone, yeah.
Just don't drop the F-bombs, man. Please don't edit that out.
Really?
Yes.
Bye-bye.
No, I moved my desk out into another room, so like I actually don't have my computer in my bedroom anymore, which is kind of nice. So
Oh, delightful.
Wow.
Delightful.
I've considered that, but I'm too scared of what it's going to look like when people walk in on me gaming.
Because apparently Dills plays with no pants or underwear on.
Well, yeah, they walk in, I got
What you
no
guys don't
pants
know Dills is wearing nothing below
on. Well,
the
yeah,
screen
this
here.
is in fact, this isn't even a full sweatshirt. It's like a crop top. It only goes down about this far.
He cut it off halfway down the Twitch logo.
No, but it's just like I just feel like if my roommate walked in and I was like in the heat of the moment playing some games or something, there's like 5 empty beer bottles next to me, and I've just been going at it for a while. It's gonna look bad, we don't. No one needs to see this.
So it's bad if your roommate sees that, but it's totally fine if the whole internet sees that.
Yeah, but they see only the part I want them to see. This part here. Yeah.
Everything over here is like
Yeah.
Dills territory.
Hey, no, if I
Actually, yeah,
knocked
just to
this
the
area
right of-
over, it would sound bad.
Just to the right of Dills' webcam frame is actually a full meth kitchen. Like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
he's Breaking
yeah.
Bad up in there.
Yeah, but you get like I got my pea pot down here. I got my platoon down. Right here, I got my hot plate. Just nothing but hot pockets on my hot plate.
Oh man. Well, D-Day, thank you so much. This was
Real quick,
enlightening.
did you see the meme that came out of the Heroes of the Dorm?
The guy going wow.
Yes.
With the, yes.
Yes, that was
it's
kind of
amazing.
fun. I was actually sitting right next to him. I saw Twitter blow up with that. I turned to him and I was like, dude, you know this thing is never going to go away, right? And he's just like, oh, I hope not. It's like, I hope this doesn't follow me. I was like, it's too late. It's on the
Yeah,
internet.
it's done.
And it's
Yeah,
like,
man.
the fact that he's just like,
Which I gotta say,
It's
I've
like-
made that exact same face watching esports.
Yeah.
I was just sitting here like right next to him like this, like, yeah, that's a bad play. Shouldn't have done that.
Good on you.
So, but yeah, thanks for having me on, guys. Sorry about the
Yeah, man.
F-bomb.
No, whatever.
No problem,
Gotta
man.
get some heroes, man. I'll be playing a little bit after this.
The address.
Cool.
You're
I
around.
will be on.
See you, man.
So later.
What a loud living room he has. For chat room wondering what we're talking about, here's Kate Simpson tweeted it. It's such a great freaking thing. I love it. I love it so much.
He's wait. So can we see D-Day? Is there any? No. No.
No.
It
No,
zooms in, so I was like, maybe we'll see him, but no. Okay.
Nope. Doesn't go out wide enough, unfortunately. Got another call coming in. Add him
Awesome.
to the call. Hello, caller.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Just took a little break from spring cleaning.
Spring cleaning. People do that? I guess.
Yes,
that's
do
People
that.
clean things?
Yeah. Yeah, my mom stopped by my house a few days ago and she looked at my place and was like, yeah, this needs to be a thing. You need to clean. So when the mom says it, you kind of got to step up and go for it.
I
Yeah,
disagree
find your mothers,
because
everybody.
moms are always going to say that. I feel like when your bro says it, that's when you're just like, oh,
That's when you really got to get.
oh crap, I really got to clean this,
Yeah.
When my buddy who usually has the Leaning Tower of Pisa for his dishes in his sink is telling me to clean up, I know I've gone too far.
Yeah, I just did one of those. Yeah. Made the walk to the kitchen holding everything like, I can do this all in one go. This is all one thing that's going to happen.
Totally won't end badly.
Welcome back to the
totally.
show, Hayden. How you doing?
Oh, pretty good, pretty good. I had this really interesting thought, and I wanted to ask you guys about it. Since Black Rock Mountain has been coming out, and I know you guys have been talking a lot about doing the heroic version.
I haven't.
Well, I know you haven't done it, but I know on your show you've been talking about why you wouldn't do it. But it got me to thinking, because just this in Warlords for WoW, we got Mythic dungeons. So I was trying to think of what would a Mythic adventure look like, and
Oh dear God.
How would you make it
Pardon?
harder?
part of me was trying to think of it as when you guys were talking about a fun tournaments and stuff, and I thought it could be a cool idea to have the heroic version of the adventure boss with a Hearthstone dev actually playing it. So it's not an AI. And then it's I don't know, some kind of tournament that maybe if it's at like BlizzCon, it's a little smaller tournament aside to the World Championships. And I don't know, I'm still thinking maybe the devs can tweak the deck to the way they want to do it, or maybe they're given the exact same heroic deck. And yeah, just kind of a thought that's been going around in my head, and I was wondering what you guys would think of it.
I love this idea to pieces.
That would be super fun. I would like this to just be a thing that I could do with my friends. It's like, I'm going to play the boss. I get the boss. You get, and then people have talked about having, multiplayer adventures too, like having 2 versus the boss type of thing. Mm-hmm. How fun would it be if you could actually play as the boss against your 2 buddies or something? It'd be sweet.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, watching videos of Amaz or Crip doing the heroic versions, and they're like, okay, well, I won because of luck, because he clearly had enough to kill me, but decided to hit my monster with his face.
Well, that's the thing. I feel like if a person was controlling it, they would just always win because the bosses are quite overpowered. Like imagine Valistraz, who used the hero power, gave me 2 cards every single turn, regardless of the fact that I was playing Handlock and that was terrible. Like you shouldn't do that.
But those are part of the mechanic. Like when they have it like all highlighted, like that's part of the mechanic that it happens every turn, right? Mm-hmm. So, even if you were playing as the boss, it would still like be like, yeah, this happens. This just happens every turn.
So it would be activatable.
What else I do.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'm in, man. Make it happen.
Sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Blizzard.
Well, we know Blizzard just does everything we say.
Exactly.
Clearly.
They have like a billion devs, right? So they can totally just sit there and play everyone who wants to play them.
This doesn't even seem hard, honestly.
They start subbing in people hey, Dustin Browder, I know you're trying to get Legacy of the Void out and new Heroes for Heroes, but could you come over and play this dude? Because
Jocelyn's trying to beat Mythic right now.
We're a little short-handed. You can untuck your T-shirt. It's okay.
So at BlizzCon, though, they do that thing where they have a method or somebody like do some crazy overtuned boss fight in front of people.
Yeah,
and they could do something. They could totally do something like this just for entertainment value and have Yang Wu, behind the scenes. I'm assuming he's pulling big.
Obviously, it's the only way.
He's apparently raising a stage curtain. Is that what's going on?
He's just got marionette dolls.
No, yeah, it's like a puppet. Come on, Gary. Stop.
He was doing this, which is like raising a pulley.
I was assuming it's like the Wizard of Oz. He's back there, just doing all sorts of weird
This
stuff.
is a marionette.
Or like Muppets.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Jocelyn. Gets it.
Just imagine Ben Brode on stage when.
Oh my God, Ben Brode with a Muppet.
Ben Brode as a Muppet.
Doing his play, be like, laugh and stand up. And do his famous laugh.
And then just tilts his head back and belly laughs. There he is.
This is the best idea of life.
Awesome. It really is. And then you get Nefarian in there and he does a fire attack, and then Jocelyn says,
"So hot."
Yep. It'll be nice. It'll be fun.
Oh man, I'm waiting for the sound drop you get of me one of these days is gonna be bad.
It's probably just going to be him jumping onto your Twitch when you've fallen asleep and just getting a quick little snoring.
Yeah, just snore noises. I've been doing good. I've been doing better. No more sleeping on the stream.
Cool. Well, glad you guys like my idea. Blizzard devs, it's a free idea, but I will take free WoW time for this idea. So go for it. Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks, Hayden.
Awesome. Thanks guys.
See you, man. Keep calling in, folks. We still got some time left. I like that idea a lot. I'd love to see something like that where, just me and a friend could get in there. Someone's the boss, someone's as usually they are, a normal ass hero.
It's like playing a little D&D, you know? You can,
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't they? People play this type of stuff in Magic though too, don't they? Don't they have? And I think actually the old WoW TCG had boss fights too.
Well, yeah, they had like whole raid sets. It was crazy.
Yeah, and you would actually play like multiple players versus the boss.
Yep.
And a player would control that. So there's precedence.
Oh, should have a new caller in the call. Hello.
Hey,
Hey.
Hello.
camera activate.
Camera is not
I don't think
required,
that's
by the
how
way.
modern technology works, but all right, you can try it.
Some of it is you can talk to your Xbox.
I guess that's true.
I'm
I don't
just-
have the Apple Watch yet,
Oh,
so I don't know
exactly.
how this stuff works.
Hello, Nick, if that is your real name.
That's pretty close.
Okay. All right.
So, question for you guys: maybe a month ago or so, Dart made a comment that he thought Hearthstone was a game about knowledge rather than skill and practice. Right? So, some games you have to practice over and over again until you're good at it, until you can be competitive. He was arguing that you can just pay a lot of attention to Hearthstone and still be quite competitive. Which is an idea that appeals to me a lot because I don't have a lot of time to play Hearthstone. Wanted to know what you guys thought about it. Do you think that's true?
Yes, I actually do think I think that's very true. I think I do still think that part of the knowledge base though comes from just seeing a lot of situations. So even though you could just sit and theorize and be a pretty good Hearthstone player, I don't think you're going to be the best unless you're literally seeing how games play out when certain cards are played in certain orders.
Did you just walk in a circle
He
around your room?
relocated.
No, he relocated to the exact same
Yeah, I
position
was
he was.
really confused
I
too. I'm
sitting
like
in.
trying to listen to
Cooking.
Dills, but I'm like, what's happening?
I have something on the stove that was about to get dangerous.
Oh,
I see.
that's amazing.
I thought he was
We
just
went on a
taking
little
us for a
journey with
tour.
Nick. Yeah, a little journey with Nick.
Welcome to my
Thought you guys would like to see my place.
It looked like a
so-
very intense scene from House where they're walking down the hallway trying to figure out what type of weird cancer
Yeah.
this guy has.
I just love the walk and talk so much. I try to do it as
It's a good technique, you know. Yeah. But no, I think there's something to that. I think I sit and I just watch people play on stream all the time. I think that's made me a much better player without actually playing. So I think there's something to that. But I think you have to play a lot too. But it's not like other games, right? Like if you stop practicing StarCraft, and Gary, you can probably back me up on this, you just suck, right?
Oh, absolutely.
You can't win anymore.
No,
you
it's
have
not-
to just be all the time playing.
Yeah. I mean, even in Hearthstone, there really is no substitute for experience because it's one thing when you're like watching a stream because I don't know. I feel like a lot of I agree with you. By the way, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. You're watching it and there's probably commentary, so you're probably thinking like, yeah, I saw that, but every now and then you're probably not actually calling it correctly, and you're kind of relying on whoever's streaming and talking over the game to kind of teach you, and then you might go play and you might get in a very similar scenario and not actually know what the right play is.
yeah.
there's
Well, like
no, there's no stress or anything either when you're just watching or reading articles on Reddit or whatever. Like you really have to learn to make those decisions quickly and do all the math in your head and everything else, and you kind of need the stress and the time limit to get used to that part of the game.
That makes a lot of sense. I mean, I feel like one of the things I find most difficult is figuring out matchups, right? Like I played in the taco tourney, round of 16. Woo!
Yay!
Oh, grats!
But figuring out what is a good matchup versus a bad matchup, I thought that was really difficult to settle, right? So
Yeah, that is, and I think this is the part. So yes, you can sit and you can just look and know all the cards and stuff and theorize, and be a decent player. But that's where the experience comes in, and the playing a lot of games comes in. Is you've played that matchup a lot of times, so oh, I'm good against this deck because I've played against it a bunch of times, and I win most of the time. And I know how to play my cards and what correct sequence and what to mulligan for and all that kind of stuff. And you're not going to get that by just, reading about it. You're going to have to, you see how these people post on competitive Hearthstone, the subreddit, competitive HS, and they go, I got to legend #1 with this deck. And the thing is like, yeah, they give you the deck list and they tell you like what to mulligan for, but that doesn't mean that everybody else who does it gets to rank 1 with it, right? Like, probably a lot of people go and copy it, and they maybe do a little bit better, but they still struggle. And that's really just that guy figured out how to play the deck correctly, understood the matchups and all that, and that's going to come with just practice. So some of it's there with just the knowledge. I agree with Dart most of the way, but you know, guys like Firebat who are playing all the time are still winning all the tournaments. You know.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Haven't seen Dart run up the ranks.
Yeah, he's a very good player though. But
He's
yeah,
good,
it's you know, it's just. Like a Maz, right, and Reynad both kind of stopped doing so much playing because they went into these other roles, and you're not seeing them win a lot of tournaments anymore, you know, because they're not sitting there, you know, just putting in the hours, right? They're doing other stuff, and that doesn't mean they don't know about the game. They know all the cards, they know the matchups probably pretty well, but you know, Reynad also just gets really unlucky, right? So that's.
Oh yeah, he's more unlucky than the rest of us, clearly.
Than the rest of us on the planet, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I have to imagine that it's also like the landscape where I'm at like rank, 14 or something looks a lot different than the guy who's running his deck to legend. Like I love seeing those Reddit posts where someone's like, here's the deck that got me to legend. And then you read into the details and it's like, by legend, I mean rank 5 to legend, like other decks to get up to rank 5.
Yeah. It is a hugely different landscape. I mean, if you're running into nothing but Face Hunter, you can't go play some super greedy deck that this guy played and was playing against other legend players. It just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was running into that last night. I'm sitting at rank 4 and I just not moving with the decks that got me up there, And all of a sudden it's like, nope, this deck is now an equilibrium deck. It's not, it's not a deck that's ranking up anymore. So you got to adjust.
My strategy for that is wait till 2 a.m. and then hope that everyone who's playing is either really, really tired or drunk.
That's actually smart.
Chances
the problem is that I'm drunk and tired at 2 a.m.
That's mutual handicap.
See, and my 2 a.m. is just like 10 p.m. for most of the people that are playing, so that's not even an advantage to me.
Yeah. Jocelyn lives in the future.
Yep.
She hit 88 miles per hour.
Damn straight. Every day.
What decks did you play to do so well in the taco tournament? What were your classes?
So I took the advice of go what you're comfortable with. Mm-hmm. And I was trying to get a handle on the Conquest format, and so I was doing decks that would be good against a wide range of things. So I had a pretty heavy ramp druid. What else did I have? I had a demon warlock, the really, again, the pretty heavy one, not that sort of mid-rangey one that's been around. Mm-hmm. And then Face Hunter.
Yeah.
I think almost everyone brought Face Hunter.
Yeah.
There were a lot of hunters.
Yeah. Like Face Hunter is kind of like it's the equalizer, right? If you go up against a deck that's just kind of ill-equipped for taking a bunch of damage quickly, then you just win with it. And so it's just I think it's a deck. There's always going to be people who hate on it and the Reddits and stuff like that. But somebody made a really good point in the last time somebody brought up how they hated Face Hunter. So he made a really good point that deck needs to exist just to keep the other decks in check, or otherwise you end up with a meta that's just super slow and probably really annoying, more annoying than this one.
Yeah. Well, now it's my go-to mobile deck because I know if I'm on the bus, I can bust out a Face Hunter deck. I mean, normally I like really control heavy. I love. I've actually been playing a Freeze Mage a lot.
Cool.
Based on your last article.
Nice.
And stuff like Control Warrior, but man, I cannot get on the bus and pull up a Control Warrior match because that will end with me conceding and feeling sad.
Yeah. You're like, well, I'm already at work. It was an hour-long bus ride, and we're still,
we're still
playing. We're in fatigue now. We're figuring things out now. Those fatigue games, I gotta say, those are more annoying than any. Like losing to a Face Hunter, I'm okay with. Losing to fatigue because some dude just grinded me out my entire deck is really, really annoying.
Yeah, I think you made some comment about when Mill Druid first popped up that either the game goes really long and you win, or the game goes really long and you lose. Yeah.
And nobody's happy.
Yeah, now it's like the game goes long, I realize it's a mill deck, and I consider conceding.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for calling in, Nick. We got a couple other folks calling in. I'm going to try and get them in before the end of the show.
Yep, thanks for taking the call.
And and thank Aaron Sorkin for directing your webcam.
Needs more lens flares, though.
I thought that was a J.J. Abrams thing.
That's
that's what I'm saying. Like he can take a little page out of J.J.'s book.
And JJ.
Yeah.
Mr. JJ.
Get a little JJ in there.
Sounds so dirty.
I'm so excited for Star Wars, guys. Like, I can't deal with it.
Hello, hello.
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 What is your name?
My name is Daniel, but I go by Kryptonite.
I was about to say, I doubt your real name is Kryptonite, as Skype is telling
That
me.
would be so cool.
No, that would be awesome. No, I had some free time, just got home from work, and figured I'd give y'all a call.
Awesome, man. Well, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I was back on way back in December, I think. But no, cool. I can't really see y'all. I don't know why my Skype won't ever work properly. But
Well, if
He
you
was
can
one
hear
of the
us,
super
that's-
awesome people that volunteered with me at Taco, so we sat there and just like talked for the whole entire 2 days.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, cool. I could give you a little hint as to why your Skype might not work. 'Cause I'm getting a warning that says Kryptonite needs to get the latest Skype to use group video.
okay, well
There you
then
go.
that's that.
Have an
Detective
update.
Dill's on the case.
We'll work on that for next month.
Update your Skype. Well, you have a question for us?
I can think of one. So I had disclaimer. I didn't get a chance to watch or listen to last night's episode. I lost power yesterday. We had some bad storms come through the area, so I will be listening to that in the near future. But I don't know
How
if y'all
dare
mentioned
you?
the new wing coming out.
The secret
and the new
laboratory?
cards that are coming out in that wing. I was curious to know if y'all had a particular card you were looking forward to in those. I think
Yeah,
it's
we
5
did.
cards.
We didn't actually talk about it because it hasn't happened yet, but that's the Hidden Lab?
Yeah, the Hidden Laboratory,
Yeah.
which is bringing Volcanic Drake, Blackwing Corruptor, Draconid Crusher, Dragonkin Sorcerer, Nefarian, because why would you give us Nefarian after we beat him? And Solemn Vigil, which I'm actually really excited about.
Well, we have to fight him again, don't we?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, still.
Or some reincarnated version of him, I don't know. Super dragon.
Yeah, I'm assuming it's, like
I'm going
Frankenstein
to put the
Nefarian.
preview in the chat room, so if you guys don't want spoilers, don't click this Hearthhead link.
Well, if you don't want spoilers, we just spoiled it for you, so.
Well, I know, but there's like pictures and all that kind of stuff.
Guys, it's in 2 days. Calm down.
I'm just being nice. Jesus. Anyways, I think the one that probably all three of us are most excited about is the Corruptor, right? The one that you play, and if you're holding a dragon, you deal 3 damage.
What was
Yeah,
that? Yeah.
That's the right one, I believe.
Yep.
Is it a 5 mana?
Yep. It's
Yeah,
a 5/4.
5 mana, 5/4.
Yep.
If you're
5.
holding a dragon, deal 3 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the one that immediately caught my eye as probably the most interesting one, just because it's a fire elemental for everyone. I'm kind of looking forward to the is it Volcanic Dragon? Is that the name of it?
Volcanic Drake. Yeah, it's a 6/4
Drake.
for 6, and it costs 1 less for each minion that died this turn.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if that's gonna be a big player in several different decks. I think Zoo would be a good fit for it, because there's a lot of trading.
Zoo does a lot of trading.
Yeah,
I think
Zoo
it'll just be in all the dragon decks because you're going to probably be doing, even if you kill one thing and you play for 5, it's still okay. Its body is essentially better than an Azure Drake.
I'm
I'm
thinking this might even be the thing that I put in place of Quartermaster in my Dragon Paladin deck, because then I'll just sack my muster tokens and get
Yeah.
a discount on this guy.
like I was saying, though, I don't even think you need to play muster. You play the Coghammer in Dragon Paladin.
Oh, but I like muster so much.
But imagine putting a shield on your 6/4 dragon.
Yeah, but how do I get my
Yeah.
discount on my 6/4 dragon without my 3/1/1 tokens?
Your other tokens? I don't know.
I'm actually really excited about Solemn Vigil. I want to see how it works out, because Divine Favor and Lay on Hands are wildly just, I can't depend on them.
Yeah.
It
Well,
never
Hand
feels
takes your whole turn, right?
Yeah,
So-
it never feels good to cast Lay on Hands, and Divine Favor only works if you're down on cards and your opponent isn't.
A lot of times with Lay on Hands, you're looking for a turn to be able to play it.
Yeah.
And because you know that turn, you're not going to play anything else. You're going to lose a lot of tempo to gain some cards and like refill your hand and restock for the upcoming turns. But if you play it at the wrong time, you just get overrun.
Yep.
So
Yeah, Lay on Hands is scary. That's why I'm excited about Solemn Vigil. Obviously, paying 5 mana to draw 2 cards is kind of terrible, but since it does have the discount effect, or berm as I like to call it,
No.
I'm anxious to
Demise.
try
It has demise.
Demise.
Much
there,
better.
There you go. There
No
you go.
berm.
You know what? You know what? Take your Canadian niceness
Don't make me come over there, Garrett.
and shove it.
Here's the other thing too, that card Solemn Vigil, when you play Emperor Thaurissan, is going to be just fine. You only need to get it discounted by 2 to make it be strictly better.
Yeah, I mean, granted, I can't tell you the last time I had Thaurissan live 2 turns, but
no, but I'm saying you
It
get him to
happens.
live 1 turn. It goes down to a 4-cost card, and then you only need 2 creatures to die, and then it's 2 mana. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be easier
It becomes
to play.
very
right.
very quickly.
Yeah.
Just knocking down 1 mana makes just like massive difference.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
I wonder if that's why some of these cards seem like they're costed so high, is because Emperor Thaurissan came out with this set.
Nah, I don't think so.
No, and they're not really,
Just a thought.
and they're not really costed that high. It's because they have this discount effect, is why they're a little higher.
Otherwise known as berm.
Yes, thank you, Dills. Thank you so much. Dills is my friend for the day. Jocelyn, you are not.
I didn't hear when I'm not, and it's probably for the best.
I'm on Team Dills tonight.
Well, fine.
There
Other
you
people
go.
be on Team Jocelyn. I don't need you.
Yeah, I'm Dragonkin Sorcerer, Dragonkin Crusher. A little less excited about. Nefarian is just a silly, fun card.
Yeah, I want to try him because I know he's going to be silly and fun. I mean, he's still an 8/8.
I just want to steal Priest's Thought Steal so I can steal more stuff from them and show them how it feels.
Yes.
Like, finally, in your face,
You want
priest.
stolen cardception is what you want.
Yes.
I mean, there's going to be some super fun deck. Like, so he's going to be in the milkshake deck. He goes automatically into the milkshake deck. So
We need where can we get a new list for the milkshake deck? Because I've heard about it for months and I still haven't seen anything.
the original list is completely outdated. But I did actually work on a new version of it. It's just so bad. It's so terrible. There's some really fun turns that happen, but oh my god, is it terrible. So it's one of those decks like you just like. It's like I'll play my buddy with it or something, but don't take it to the ladder.
Link to the milkshake deck is in the chat room.
I'll put it. Oh
Yes.
no. This is the old version.
Oh
This
my
is the
god,
version
we've
that
got
that one-
mind vision, folks.
Yeah.
Mind
Vision's
vision.
key to the deck.
We have mind games.
Yeah.
Mind-
These are all key to the deck.
we have Trogzor,
Of course.
who Dills berated me mercilessly for when I said I didn't like this card, and he's like, "No, man, Trogzor is gonna be amazing."
Here's the thing: Trogzor would be good if Dr. Boom didn't exist. Trogzor would be good if Dr. Boom didn't exist. I stick by my story.
I'd rather pay 1 less mana and just play Sylvanas.
Sylvanas is here too.
But Sylvanas is in there too. What I'm saying is because they
problem.
both cost 7. Like that's the thing about Trogzor. Like you can't fit in that many 7 drops. You pick one or the other, and you pick Dr. Boom every time.
Right. I mean,
I
other
had
than
one more question. I didn't mean to interrupt.
no, it's okay. Go for it.
So I don't know if y'all remember, like when Nats came out, everybody kind of was down. I can't even think of any specific cards in general that people were down on, but maybe not as anticipating as being good. Do you feel like there's any cards in Black Rock Mountain that fall underneath that category where it might be like a decent card that people think can go into debts, but actually might be a staple?
I think we're finding out that Rend is not actually as bad as we thought. Some
Yeah, there's
people
a
are
lot of
having
people
really
making
good
a lot of
success with
good
it.
use of him. Yeah.
But he only.
Oh,
really works
Rend
in external
Blackhand,
meta.
because Rend is a warrior ability, and wow, I'm like, when is Rend?
Oh yeah,
Rend become
Rend
a card?
Blackhand. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
Rend
8/4
legendary
that kills a
Yeah,
legendary
yeah,
with
yeah,
a dragon.
yeah.
It's actually people are saying it's actually better than everyone. Everybody assumed it was terrible, but
Also,
if you play a deck
staple-
that has dragons,
Staple for those that don't know that might be listening is like cards that you just kind of put in regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I wouldn't say Rend is that.
No, not quite that,
Definitely
but-
needs to be in a dragon deck.
But I would say he is for dragon decks. I think if you're playing a dragon deck, he goes in because
And I think Blackwing
There's Force
Corruptor is
on.
another one.
Yeah.
That's very much like almost as good as a Blast Mage.
Yeah.
But then again, he's only going to be good in Dragon decks, right?
And we're not sure. We haven't actually gotten to play with him, but just looking at his stats.
But yeah, do we have another mad scientist or sludge belcher? I don't know.
Thorson for anything that's not an aggro deck. I mean, he definitely is the winner.
Have y'all played around with Flame Waker, the mage?
No, that's a really good point. Flame Waker's amazing.
Yeah, he's really, really good. The deck that Garrett, I guess, got from Savitz.
Yep, yeah, it's a template.
I was playing that a bunch.
Isn't that such a fun deck?
And stuff, and it works really well. That card's amazing.
Oh man, need to go try that then.
It's a fun deck. It's a very fun deck.
I was messing around with it late last night, and it was pretty fun.
I don't think though that we've found I don't think there's some other card that's like Imp Gang Boss. I think has become a huge game changer for Zoo. There's no card. There's no card that's like Undertaker that just has taken over, right?
Right.
I don't know if one will pop up. Grim Patron has actually made some big waves because now when you see a warrior, you don't know that it's 100% control warrior, and the Grim Patron deck is insanely hard to beat.
Yep.
Because you think you're ahead, and then all of a sudden there's a board full of these dudes, and they've all hit your face, and it just happens. Everyone, get in here! Yeah. That played over itself 10 times in a row is the most annoying thing, though.
Yes.
It's also difficult to play with because if you're spending half your turn trying to decide how to order your moves, and then you start playing it, the whole animation and listening to that takes so long that you don't even have time to attack.
All of my
you got to make up your mind before too long to really go for it.
Unless you're Jocelyn because she doesn't like the queue up animations.
No queuing.
It reminds me of Miracle Rogue because if you were going to go off, if you're going to do your big miracle turn, you can't wait a long time to go. If you sit there and you're like, should I do it? Is this the turn to do it? And then you start doing it. It's like the rope hits and you run out of time and you get into panic mode. You got to just forcefully decide that this is my big Grim Patron turn. Sorry, Patron. Excuse me.
Do y'all think that brings me to just another question, maybe my last one. The animations, do you think they will ever have an option, or when the rope hits that they'll cut those off? Because there's so many more cards coming out that have different animations. I feel I know you're supposed to play around it, but it could essentially.
I think with the 7 minion limit, that I don't think we'll ever hit a point where Team 5 would feel like they would have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't mind seeing that if the rope hits, the animations stop. Because it is, there are times where, and they sped up the things like Sludge Belcher and then the ooze that comes out of it, the slime, that used to take a lot longer, and you couldn't target it. They actually did in a recent patch fix that, and it comes out.
I could see them doing more of that. I don't see them just ending all animations the second the rope hits, because if you are not a player that's played a ton of games, you're going to be like, well, why did all these other things just happen that I didn't see actually happen?
Well, the opposing player could still see the animations, but you yourself.
Then you might as well still see it because you wouldn't be able to take. You'd still have to wait for them to be done before you could do anything.
No, I'm saying when it's your turn and the rope hits, animations stop, and I just do all the actions I want to do, right? But the other guy still can see the animations. For him, it doesn't matter because
then there would be a big pause.
Yeah, sometimes the rope gets to the bottom and it just sits there because animations are still going off that you've actually queued up. And, it just waits until they're all done and then it switches the turn.
But say he queued 4 attacks that happen after the rope burns. On my end, I'm just seeing all of a sudden a bunch of life disappear from my guys, but I didn't see why it happened. No, you're seeing the
animations. You're seeing the guys attack you. And you're seeing that the rope is at the bottom just chilling and the animations are actually happening. And the other guy's already ended his turn. He made all of his decisions.
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But what you're asking for is then kill the animations. But then I'm not sure what exactly happened. I'd have to go look at my timeline.
No, you wouldn't. The guy doing the actions doesn't see animations.
But the one
other guy
receiving the actions,
he sees the animations. Yeah.
It's similar to how if one person, if you're watching somebody and they're roping and they're making a bunch of moves, they still are making moves even though the rope appears to be gone, and then it's your turn. So it wouldn't take away from your turn or anything. It would just
Yeah,
kind of
your
keep
turn
it
doesn't
later.
officially start until all the animations and everything are over, and the button flips and boom, it goes to your turn. It's like the dude who made the longest turn ever, right? Those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The rope was just sitting there burning or whatever, but the animations just weren't done, so it just never went to the other guy's turn, right? So the other guy just sat there watching it happen. Well, the other guy was him, but you would sit there watching it happen until it all finished, and then it would be your turn. I'm sorry, we've broken Garrett's brain.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
get it. I don't get how this helps because at some point it has to be
It
happening. in real
allows
time.
you to not get roped because you were watching animations happen and you couldn't finish your actions in time. When you're playing out your turn and you can't finish the action because the animations took too long and you were waiting, card draw animation, like when you're playing Miracle Rogue, and you suddenly run out and the rope burns and you still had 3 mana left that you would have done something with had the animations went away and you just immediately got the card. Like whatever card came, you didn't see it come like swooping in, it just appeared right away. Like that would happen for you. So you wouldn't lose turns because of animations.
Okay.
I don't think Blizzard will do it, but I would like it. I would like it. I can spend more of my time just thinking about the turn, and then I don't have to go, okay, I better start doing this before,
I see them making per card animation changes like they have, as opposed to making some type of option that you check overall speed up animations. I don't know.
Well, I'm not saying you check an option. I'm saying.
Yeah, I think it would have to be the same. for
Kryptonite,
everybody.
this is what you were suggesting too, right? Like once the rope hits, the animations just turn off.
Yep, exactly. So it would just be an automatic thing. And I mean, you can teach the players that in the tutorial, so the new players will know when the rope hits that animations will go away so that they can make their turn faster.
Yeah.
But I think it would be, for a more competitive standpoint, a little bit fair for people that have more combo-based decks.
Yeah. I've seen this happen in tournaments a lot because the tournaments players tend to play really slow, right? Because they think through all of the possibilities and the permutations of what they could do in the turn and all that. And then once the rope hits, they all start to make their turn. And I've seen doing all the stuff and then they miss an attack or something like that because they didn't get to click the dude and actually hit face with it. And it's made a difference. People have lost tournaments because of it. It happens pretty rarely though, but
Yeah.
Well, I don't mean to keep you on any longer, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for
thanks,
calling
man.
in.
Thanks for calling.
Yep, take care.
Have a good one.
Send you all.
All right, that's gonna do it for this month's call-in episode. This is good. Had folks calling in the whole time. I think we may have missed a few. I'm sorry.
Next time.
Next time, yeah. So definitely gonna try and be better about making sure you guys have notice. I believe we had a post at least 2 weeks in advance up this time, so gonna try and keep that going. As always, Dills, where can folks find you?
Find me on the Instance every Friday morning and TortureCast. We just posted an episode last night.
Cool.
Find me on Twitch playing all kinds of games, and find me on Google looking for people who are also complaining about animations. Here's one right here. This is somebody complaining. He says that there's another game called Battle Chess. I don't know about Battle Chess, but he said you could turn off the animations, and it was really good. So I don't know, maybe. And that's it.
Cool.
Find me those places.
Jocelyn.
Right here on AMove TV every Friday night for the Gamers In. That is at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can also find me on Twitter at GISGamer, and Twitch handles the same.
Cool. Find me on Twitter at GarrettArt, over at nomoonart.com for my graphic design portfolio, and on Into the Nexus talking Heroes of the Storm. It's going to be a fun episode this week. You should go check it out if you haven't before, folks, because we're rapidly approaching open launch, which means nothing to me because I've been playing since alpha, but still very cool.
It'll mean more players.
Yeah.
It'll mean
Maybe.
lots of noobs to beat up on.
Awesome. Well, thanks again to our patrons because they are responsible for this extra episode every month. Thank you guys so much for supporting the show. Thanks for calling in. It's been a lot of fun. Job's done.
Job's done.
Job's done.
Yes!